Hey everyone, Niall Doherty here from $50blogs.net. In this week's screencast, I'm going to follow on from last week where I showed you how the WordPress menu system works. But what if you're using a theme that isn't hooked up into the WordPress menu system? And here's an example of just such a theme called Magazeen. I have it installed at the demo blog at demo.50blogs.net. So this is a lovely theme, but as you can see up at the top here, it just dumps in all our pages in the main menu. If we go to the menu's control panel for this site, we're told why. You can see it says there that the current theme does not natively support menus. Now, it's actually quite easy to rectify that with a little bit of coding. So let me show you what we got here first of all. Right now I am in FileZilla and I'm looking at, or it will be in a second, I am looking at the theme directories for this site on the server. Okay, so over here on the right side, the theme directories. You'll see we have the Magazine theme there, and inside that we have all the theme files, all the typical theme files. And you'll also see, if I go back up, that I've created a child theme for Magazine, which I simply named Magazine-child. So in there so far, all we have is a style.css file. So WordPress will recognize the theme, and so I could activate it. Now, if you're not familiar with child themes and how they work, I created a screencast before telling you all about them. I created that a while back, so you can check that out if you need more info. Note as well that you could make these changes I'm about to show you directly to the Magazine theme files. But it is better practice to use a child theme, so that's the way I'm doing it here. So the Magazine child theme is the active one on the site. You'll see the local files for the theme over here on the left hand side in FileZilla. There we have two other files besides style.css, and we have them open here in our text editor so we can have a look at them. Okay, so let's start with functions.php here. This chunk of code that you see, which we'll upload in a minute, basically allows the theme to hook into the WordPress menu system. Note that you can change these names here, so the variable name and this name that you see here in brackets. If you do change the variable name though, remember that you also need to change it later in header.php. So let's go back to FileZilla now and we'll upload this chunk of code. So we're just going to right click and hit upload. And once that is uploaded, we'll reload the menu control panel here in WordPress. Now you can see that the message at the top left has changed to tell us that the theme supports one menu. And we have this select box which allows us to specify which WordPress menu goes where in the theme. So we'll make sure that our main menu, which refers to this very menu over here, we'll make sure that that is the chosen one, and then we'll hit save. Okay, now we still have a bit of coding to do because the Magazine theme doesn't know how to display the WordPress menu we've just specified there. So we'll go back to our text editor. And this time we're going to work with the header.php file. Now because this is a child theme, I've just copied over the header.php file from the Magazine parent theme, and we can now modify it however we want. So the first thing we need to do is remove the code that just spits out all the pages automatically. So that's this chunk of code that you see here. So we're going to remove that like so. And then we need to add in the code that references the menu we created earlier via functions.php. So we're just going to paste that in there. Now, don't worry, you'll be able to grab this code from the blog post that accompanies this video. Alright, so let's upload that header.php file via FileZilla, like so. And once that is uploaded, we're going to go and reload the site's homepage. So this page here, we're just going to reload it. And whoops, nothing happened, and I believe that's because I did not save the file. So let me save the file, go back to FileZilla and upload it again. So it'll actually see those changes, and then if we refresh this page, now we see that the WordPress menu we created via that control panel, it's showing up there as it should be at the top. One last thing to note is that I did need to add some CSS for the new menu to get it displaying correctly, since the IDs and classes were affected by the other changes. So here is that CSS right there, and I'll paste that into the blog post for you as well, but keep in mind that it's only applicable to the Magazine theme. So if your menu looks a bit strange on a different theme when you're trying this, you're probably going to have to make some different tweaks to the CSS. Alright, so that'll do it. Once again, my name is Niall Doherty for $50blogs.net. Check back next week for another fantastic WordPress related screencast. You can subscribe in the sidebar here at $50blogs.net/blog and get a heads up on any special offers related to $50 blogs. And you'll also get advance notice of live support sessions where you can get all your blogging related problems solved and questions answered absolutely free.